becoming a bigger threat in the fraud space?
AI has been around for decades. And in the fraud space, probably more so in the last 5 or 10 years. And, we're just hearing lots about it now, but we're constantly tracking new levels of fraud that are coming through, and the iterations are happening faster and faster. And I think right now you can go onto the dark web and buy a piece of software called Fraud GPT, which will actually write bots for you. And that gets smarter and smarter every minute of every day, because that's how AI learns. It does make it more and more difficult. So where once you might go to your CTO and say, hey, we have this fraud problem, can you solve it? Now you got to remember, most CTOs have an overworked load schedule, right? They're swamped. And now you're adding another massive task to their thing to say, hey, you need to look at this. And early in the past, they could whip together something that might solve some of it, simple IP block list or basic things that you can do. They could have thrown up CAPTCHAs, which I think it's 30% of humans fail CAPTCHAs. So it adds friction. There's lots of little things that they could have done with AI on the grow. They don't have time for it anymore. They either have to dedicate a team. And I've said, if you're going to do this, you got to dedicate a couple of people that understand technology and fraud, that are going to focus, build, and manage the code base and continue to stay on top of fraud, because we're seeing new fraud threats every week. You're going to have a data pool to store all the data. You're going to have to make sure you're running through that using some machine learning or AI to understand what's going on with the data, to keep up with it. Because if you're processing billions of records a day, you need to go through that data looking for anomalies. And when you start adding up the cost to really do it right inside your company, and you're going to have to do it right sooner or later, because with AI growing on that threat effect, it's getting harder and harder to defend. Or you can hire a company like us, that's all we do.